Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Agave Talk, your number one source for everything agave. We appreciate you being here with us today. Today, I am checking out, finally, the brand Guerra Seca Sotol. Yes, a high-proof Sotol coming in at 48%. And I'm very excited to finally checking this out. And if it's your first time here and you're just seeing this for the very first time and you don't know why I'm saying I'm finally excited to check this out, right? Well, we've been doing actually a segment called The Month of Mezcal, where I was reviewing a brand called Pluma Negra. 4 different expressions, 4 weeks, making a month, right? And I kept showing you this bottle saying I was going to end with a special presentation of this brand right here, Guerra Seca Sotol. Well, what does Sotol have to do with mezcal, right? I mean, they're not the same, right? Sotol's not tequila either. Tequila's tequila. Mezcal is mezcal, the species, maguey's. Sotol is something completely different. We're not using agaves. We're not using maguey, right? We're actually using a shrub called the desert spoon, right? Dacylerian. Go check that out. Sotol is like a cousin to agave, let's say. I've done many videos reviewing Sotol. Go check those for sure because I break it down. But also, too, I will be breaking it down here in this video. And like I said, this brand connects to the Pluma Negra line because it's actually being imported by the same importer. So I said, you know what, man, let me check this out. End with this special edition. This is so dope. Guerra Seca literally translates to the dry war, Seca dry, Guerra war, right? And we got the map of Mexico, United States. You got that border along that southern border, right? Like New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, right? So I'm about to break all that down. Again, 48% high-proof Sotol. And super dope, man. There's a lot of great actual story behind this brand. I mean, you see it on the back, the legend of Guerra Seca. I'm going to give you the summary per se, right? But man, this is an actual really high quality on paper. I can't wait to try it, right? I haven't tried it, haven't opened it yet. Love Sotol, but on paper, it's actually, they're using a lot of old school ancestral techniques, right? I mean, they're distilling in a stainless steel pot lined with clay, double distillation. They're even letting this thing sit, I think, for like 2 weeks during the second distillation, right? Like, there's just so much cool stuff going on with this bottle. Little unique ways that it went from like plant to liquid. Just, I'm gonna break it all down. All right. So I appreciate you being here for sure. And especially thank you if you're coming from the month of mezcal. So Guerra Seca, the dry war. If you've ever heard of something called prohibition, yes, Sotol actually played a part in American prohibition. I know we usually think about like whiskey and stuff during that time, Al Capone, 1920, 1930s, but Sotol was actually in and a part of that as well. Sotol has been being produced like forever. The original people actually started producing this around 205 AD. Yes, year 205. The Rarámuris, which is actually the natives of Chihuahua, Mexico, the Chihuahuan Mexican natives, Rarámuris, were actually creating this. And back then it was more like a beer-like drink, right? In 1905, actually, 2000, almost 2,000 years later, in 1905, the state of Chihuahua produced around 475,000 liters of Sotol each year. The Sotol distillate was used as a tonic, anesthetic, and intoxicant, of course. You come here because you're not just getting the taste, you're not just getting the bottle, you're getting the history as well. That's what we do here at Agave Talk, all right? So why don't you see Sotol like really as much as maybe tequila and mezcal? Well, I'm going to tell you why. It has to do with that dry war, right? Prohibition, and a man named Pancho Villa. Pancho Villa, right? V-I-L-L-A, Villa. If you know him, you've heard of the name. He's actually one of Mexico's either most famous revolutionaries or a total villain. Your choice, go read up, right? But he was actually concerned with Mexico's alcoholism, and he prohibited alcohol production in Chihuahua, where Sotol was being made, with the death penalty. Yes, in the Pancho Villa era, you could actually be put to death if you were caught with Sotol, producing Sotol. Kind of crazy. He ended up burning distilleries. He killed maestros sotoleros, the distillers of Sotol, and even emptied barrels onto the streets. Sotol producers went underground, producing in mobile distilleries and hiding from Villa's troops in the Chihuahuan desert. Wild, wild, kind of crazy stuff. But like I said, it also then connects to prohibition. So in 1920, right, that 1920 prohibition era, the United States actually enacted the Volstead Act, and it started banning the production, importation, transportation, and sale of alcoholic beverages in the U.S. Prohibition. Well, guess what? That guy, Al Capone, right? He actually began not only smuggling whiskey, but Sotol as well from Mexico to supply American speakeasies. You don't hear about that often. But yes, they were actually importing Sotol as well, smuggling that in to be a part of these speakeasies. Kind of wild stuff, man. After Prohibition ended in 1933, Mexico around that time actually decided to crack down on the Sotol industry itself, and burning distilleries, arresting and killing producers, and actually banned it outright. So, like, Prohibition kind of transformed the United States, no more. But Mexico decided during that time, and up until as recent as 2002, Sotol was illegal. Wild stuff. Whenever you pick up a brand, you don't really ever kind of maybe think about why it's named some way, but a lot of brands do have some really cool stories behind them, and that's, again, why you come here. I am the one to bring you those stories. So I appreciate you being here with us. Always happy to share. But that's then where I would imagine Sotol is not as popular as its cousins, tequila, mezcal, right? Just because, I mean, recently, 2002, it's been illegal. So just recently has production begun commonly again, and you're able to now find, quite a few brands with this. And like I said, I've reviewed a bunch. Go through the channel, search that, you'll find it. All right. So I am very excited to open this bottle up. Like I said, Sotol itself is a plant specifically Dacylerian, right? Go check that out. Predominantly Dacylerian Willeri. And yeah, man, it's more of a plant that has more to do with asparagus and actually agave. So super cool to check this out today. Great branding on this. And I'm just really, really, really excited. The production on this, they're, like I said, using ancestral kind of, processes. They're actually hand crushing the Sotol itself, right? They're actually cooking it underground. They're hand crushing it. Where even then, too, the Sotol, in the second distillation, the Sotol remains 2 weeks inside the pot before being distilled. So just kind of unique production methods, and I'm really excited to try this out. I've been staring at it for 4 weeks, and now it's finally here, all right? So I'm about to cut this open. Let's get on in there. There's no preparation on this whatsoever, but I can slice that plastic off and pull that off, all right? Let your bottles pop. Oh, yeah. Super cool. You got the GS Guerra Seca 100% Sotol Ancestral, right? And if you're coming from the mezcal world, it's mezcal, artesanal, and ancestral, right? Ancestral, top of the line. Really, really high quality production methods. And what this Sotol is doing as well is really using really high quality production methods. All right. So cool, nice wood top there. Let me pull that over and there's still some plastic on here. That's all right. I'll pour from the other side. If you have not done so already, please hit that like and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram at Agave Talk. All right. Let me get this cork back in. Let's get this in first and front and center. And oh man, I can smell it from here. Guerra Seca, the dry war Sotol. Taking a look, the legs and tears. It's sticky, sticky, sticky. I see a slight run. No, there we go. That's That's sticky. You can see it in the front and the back as well. That's very sticky. Crystal clear. No color whatsoever. No aging whatsoever to this, all right? But, oh man, Desert Spoon. If you've never tried Sotol, please, please, please. Super cool, super unique. Let's take a sip. A smell. Sorry. Oh, okay. Whoa. I'll be honest. That was a huge whiff of ethanol in my nose. Wow, wow, wow. And man, that was very reminiscent of some vodka. That was interesting. Just a huge blast of ethanol to the face. First and foremost, I was not ready for that. Okay. It's all right, it's kind of dissipating. It's definitely kind of dissipating. Let me kind of air it out a little bit. But okay. There's the Willeri. All right. There's the Sotol. Wow, I was not expecting that blast of ethanol to the face because Sotol, like tequila, mezcal, depending on the species, espadín, tobalá, tapastate, quiche, like they all have their unique aromas and flavors, especially something of high quality. It should smell like it smells, right? Sotol, Willeri, has, Desalirian has that smell as well. That it's like, all right, you're drinking a Sotol. But this, wow, that was a big blast of alcohol to the face, of ethanol for sure. But now it's kind of opening up. Okay, there we go. Definitely. Wow. This is definitely Sotol. It's more of it's like minty, floral, citrusy, right? Some black pepper on there for sure. But it's more definitely going to be a bit citrus and floral. Citrus and floral forward for sure. There's some minerality in there. Definitely with some black pepper, and it's kind of like it's like the black pepper is kind of fighting that citrus floral thing going on. A little bit of rubber in there, but not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. I know I say that all the time, but that kind of connects more just with the minerals. But it's not overwhelming with a lot of those flavors. It's definitely aromas, I should say. It's definitely a little bit lighter. And with that said, there are some Sotols that are like really, really, really overpowering with aromas. Just like, you get some light tequilas, some very strong tequilas, mezcal as well. This is like a medium body. It's not like soft, but it's not full on like huge aromas either. All right. It's kind of mild. I'll be honest. It's kind of mild. Interesting. Let's take a sip. Oh, that's good. What it's not having, even as I'm talking, again, the aroma is light on this. It's not a huge in your face aroma, but man, the flavor, oh wow. It's spicy. It's got some spice to it, but the ethanol is gone. There's like no ethanol. And it's got some smoke. You're definitely getting some citrus on there, but it's more like the rind, right? It's more like like if you're zesting, like an orange or a lime, right? It's more of that like bitter citrus instead of like a sweet citrus for sure. It also has a bit of the floral, but man, this is smoky and peppery and in all the good ways. It's oh, give me a second. Hold on. There's kind of that mint. There's definitely that mint there as well. Fresh. It's got the minerals too, but man, overall, it's a nice smoky char, bit of bitter citrus, like charred citrus. I like that. Like a charred orange peel, a charred lime. Absolutely. A little bit of smoke on there. Remember, they are roasting this underground, kind of like a mezcal kind of practice. And oh man, yeah. Hold on, no, I need a little bit more. I thought I poured myself quite a big pour as well, but this, I gotta get in there. This, yeah, on first pour again, I got hit with the ethanol, but just diving right on in. Mm, mm. My mouth is used to it now. Again, a lot of ethanol in the aroma, no ethanol going down. Um, Definitely smoky, charry, citrus, little bit of like charred flowers, like a charred rose, right? A charred tulip. Like this is, man, that's so interesting. Mm. Yeah, and that mint all the way at the end, but again, kind of like a charred mint. Man, overall, Guerra Seca, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you watching us today. If you have not done so already, please hit that like and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram at Agave Talk, right? Because I've brought many Sotols, super excited to finally try this, and to end the month of, oh man, as I'm talking, oh, this lingers. That is good. Definitely highly recommend Guerra Seca or any other Sotol. It's such a cool experience. And even too, just for the history of this, the branding, go find that, right? And man, that is so unique. That is definitely unique. That is a unique Sotol for sure. And if you like what I described, go get yourself some of this. Man, that's it. I'm done. I could talk all day, But again, I appreciate you being here with us, and take care, everybody.